racing. You wanted the best, you got them for a breast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Introducing a whole new form of racing to the best online racing simulation in the world. This is Dirt Racing on iRacing.com. Race online at some of America's most legendary dirt tracks, including Eldora and Williams Grove. iRacing is the premier online racing game featuring NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, and now World of Outlaws, the leading sanctioning body for dirt racing. iRacing is easy to use and features a centralized ranking system to make sure you have the best experience at any skill level. With a massive inventory of high-precision laser scan tracks and cars with an unmatched dedication to quality and detail, iRacing gives you the most authentic online racing experience available. Thanks to iRacing's dynamic track system, developed specifically for dirt racing, tracks change over the course of a race, just like your favorite dirt track on a Friday or Saturday night. From a slick racing groove all the way up to the cushion, iRacing's dirt tracks deliver non-stop racing action. Partnered with the World of Outlaws, iRacing is your source for the most authentic dirt racing experience available, featuring 4 brand new tracks and 11 new cars, including street stocks, Legends cars, late models, NASCAR trucks, winged and non-winged sprint cars, with much more on the way. Join the Dirt Revolution on iRacing.com and start slinging mud today.
Hi guys, I'm Scott Speed, driver of this amazing Volkswagen Beetle GRC car. I got good news for the iRacing fam. We got this coming in. I'm currently working on it myself personally to make sure that it is as accurate as possible. With the addition of dirt and now this mean car, it is going to be so fun. And it's going to be available free to all the iRacing members. Personally, I can't wait to get out there and race you guys on it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning into the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network this Thursday night, week number 2 in the Tundra Super Sim Series, and we roll into Stafford for the LokoToco Designs 125 here at Stafford Motor Speedway. After a rough start last week, folks, and kind of a caution-heavy week out there at USA International Speedway down in Lakeland, Florida. It was a tough battle, but possibly a return from a driver who used to be really dominant, had an off season last season, and Joe Schaefer Jr. coming to victory after 85 laps led there at USA. We'll see if he can duplicate that here tonight, but it is looking to be a great race here out at Stafford. Going to show you the race information here for tonight as the drivers are doing a little bit of hot lap action, getting ready to go racing here at this wonderful, beautiful half-mile track. They call it the home of the Stafford Kings, the SK Modifieds. Definitely see some great action week in and week out here, as well as the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour comes into town every now and then. 73 degrees in the air, 44% humidity, partly cloudy. And take a look at that track temperature this afternoon. Unbelievable, 99 degrees down there on the asphalt, and that is going to make it very tough to pass. But as we take a look out there, had a lot of drivers qualify. They said well over 40 qualified here tonight. Only 30 makes the show, and it's always a tough break when you have to narrow down the field. And, one of the guys that works week in and week out doing that, making sure everybody stays on par with everything, and has to be the one to tell the guys that they got to go home, unfortunately, if they don't make the show. And joining me now here, Matt Rolfe joins with me to talk a little bit about the competitiveness and the closeness we've seen in the lap times week in and week out here. And we'll call it the last 4 weeks, but I'm using that term air quotes here figuratively from the fact that we had a few weeks off in between seasons. But Matt, it seems like the longer and longer this Super Late Model Series goes on for the Sim Auto Racing Association, your competition is just tightening down. I mean, we're seeing tenths of seconds between 10 to 15 positions in the qualifying times.
Yeah, it's definitely grown the last couple seasons and gotten tougher and tougher the last 3 seasons. Each season they keep stepping it up and trying to get an edge on the competition. So guys at the front of the field just keep getting better and better. That draws more and more cars to come join as well. So we had 39 cars here tonight take times. Ty Majeski got the pole. He was almost a tenth faster than second. But if you look at the times from second down to 26th, it's less than 2/10 of a second right there. So guys that were just about 2/10 off the pace here in qualifying did not make the show, and that's pretty crazy. Kind of sucks for them, but at the same time, it just shows how competitive the front of the field here is. Top 25 cars are all within a couple tenths of each other. It's definitely getting tougher and tougher.
What would you say that the average team member, because I know we have a lot of different teams here, because definitely you're going to need a team to put together competitive vehicles, but what would you say on average, because you've been doing this a while and you talk to a lot of guys and come in season after season, what would you say just for the casual viewer out there that says, wow, this is a sim, it doesn't really take much effort. I've played games like Forza and all these others and whoop-de-doo, but that's not what we're talking about, because this is a simulation. It's a little bit different, so much down to the finest detail that you got to put in for your setup on these cars. What would you say would be the length of time that these guys spend trying to get this competitive? And I'm talking to guys that, are going to run in the top 5 consistently every week.
Probably too much time as far as they probably wouldn't want to admit how much time they spend. Like you said, I've been doing this for a while now in this league, and so I kind of, for the most part, we reuse setups season after season and tweak on them and try to improve them each season. So my team specifically, we probably don't spend as much time as we should or we need to really step our game up. But you look at the top teams, they're probably on here a couple hours before the race, and they're probably working the whole entire week at some point to run more times, get more laps in, keep tweaking on the setup. So at minimum, probably some of the best are running at least 2 hours of testing, if not more. So it's a lot of work. And if you don't practice, if you don't try to get that just a little bit here and there, that's where you miss the show by 0.2 of a second. So it's really tough.
Well, we're definitely glad to see we have such great competition coming out week after week, especially, excuse me, coughing my butt up here tonight. The new sponsor coming on this season, the Tundra Super Sim Series. Talk a little bit about them, because I gotta get a drink of water here. But talk a little bit about them, and also tonight's sponsor, the LokoToco Designs.
Yeah, so Tundra Super Late Models are a real super late model series out in the Midwest. They just finished up their season this past weekend, so I think they're off for the rest of the season, which opened up the door for them to come on board here tonight, and or this season, I should say, and sponsor us during the off season for them, so that they can keep talking and about being on social and keep active, so their fans and their teams kind of can keep up to date with everything. So that was pretty cool to have them on board as the official sanctioning body of SARA as the Tundra Super Late Models. That's a big deal. And then you mentioned LokoToco Designs. That's a new sponsor with us. The driver has run with us in the past, but just now got him on board for a sponsorship. He'll be on board for a couple races this season. So it's cool to have another designer. I think we have 3 design sponsors up here. So a lot of the schemes you'll see here tonight in the race are done by a lot of the guys that actually race in the series as well. So that's cool. And actually, LokoToco Designs tonight is giving away a free paint scheme for the super late model to the highest finishing driver that's not a posse member. He's on the posse, so he already does their team schemes, but the highest finishing non-posse member will get a free scheme here tonight from him as well, so that's pretty cool.
Always neat to see the different prizes and gifts given out, and we'll have to look forward to seeing who that will be here tonight. But folks, if you want to get a hold of Matt, you can always find contact information on racesara.com out there. And thanks for coming in and stopping by, Matt. And I think everybody's getting excited to get ready to see this LokoToco Designs 125 here at Stafford.
Yeah, we have about 90 seconds left to get ready, so these guys are getting after it here in practice, and hopefully we put on a good show.
All right. There you have it, folks. Matt Rolfe coming in to give a little bit of an interview here in regards to Tundra Super Late Models coming on for the Tundra Super Sim Series this season, and talking a little bit about LokoToco Designs, who will be giving away a free paint scheme. That means they're going to design for free a paint scheme on the Super Late Model driver's car that is not part of the posse, which is actually one of the teams. You got the T4X, the posse, you got Wheelin' and Dealin', One Up Motorsports. You got a few different teams that race in this league, and the designer there behind LokoToco Designs giving away that free paint scheme here tonight. So that's really neat, as we have the partners up on the screen as well for the different partners they got this season, but some of them you may recognize from being from prior seasons. But we are getting down to the wire here, ready to go racing at this half-mile Stafford Motor Speedway. And again, coming up in the Digital Forge lineup this fall, we're going to have some more dirt broadcasts coming your way, so you definitely want to stay tuned for that. We'll be having some more asphalt, maybe get a modified asphalt broadcast. Got a lot in the works, so just kind of keep checking back to the YouTube page. I know some of you out there watching on Twitch, some are watching on YouTube, and some get us on Facebook. So either way, we'll have some announcement coming to one of those forums. If you pay attention to all 3, it's going to up your chances of knowing what's going on and what to expect here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. So it looks like we are ready to go racing. Let's get down there and get you the grid for tonight's starting lineup. So here is a look at tonight's starting lineup. Landon Siaka on the pole here. We'll have Colin Allman to the outside. Colin Allman, the fast qualifier 1 week ago. Bill Martin, Ty Spearman in row number 2. The Midwest ARCA champion, 3-time champion. That is the 91 of Ty Majeski in 5th. He's going to have the 82 of Adam Benefield to the outside. Brian Helm, Ashton Crowder in row number 4. Row number 5, we'll see the 21 of Austin Jones. And last week's winner, the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr., and that will round out your top 10. Looking on back, Drew Kryback, David Krikorian, Dalton Collins, Trevor Edwards, Matt Rolfe, Kyle Souza, Darrell Hamlin, Nick Zonder, Christopher Alcares, Jason Tarasenko through 20, Brian Hacker, Matthew Eddy, Samuel Rouse, Justin Warner, Kevin Burris, Ian Lane, Travis Warling, Michael Baxter, Jason Miller, and Devin Rogers through 30. That is your 30-car field, and I tell you what, they are ready to go racing. As the Mustang iRacing pace car will lead them off the grid and start the first of a 2-lap pace. As they make their way off the 4th turn into the front stretch, we are ready to go racing. 125 laps the distance tonight. As they roll into the backstretch, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Sim Auto Racing Association, iRacing.com, the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network, and LokoToco Designs, I am Dustin Caldwell, and we are ready to race. As the pace car dives off into pit road, here we go, off of turn number 4, we're ready, green flags in the air! Look at that field coming off the 4th turn. Single file action in the top 5. Landon Siaka out to a nice sizable lead here. He's got a little bit of breathing room over Colin Allman, who's right there behind him. Take you up to the high cams to show you the field. Again, the warmer temperatures cresting near 100 degrees at the start of this race is going to make it difficult to pass. As we look back through the field, you can see some double file action here. David Krikorian, who looked really solid last week, back in 9th position. The number 66 Exalta machine here running through turns 3 and 4 now. Right behind the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. That is your winner from just 1 week ago. Schaefer Jr. now into the backstretch. Running in 8th position. Jumping back up front, taking a look at the number 10 of Siaka as he comes off of turn number 4 into lap number 6. Extending that lead almost to 0.4 of a second over Colin Allman right there behind him. And then you see a nice little gap back to the 39 of Bill Martin. Martin squeaked out a podium finish last week at USA. Ty Spearman looking to be more involved this season. Typically would only see him at a couple of tracks. This would be Stafford and Irwindale. And this so far has been present in this race and the last race last week's, and looking for great things out of this 92 machine and a nice looking paint scheme there. Part of the posse crew, as you can see. And again, tonight for the LokoToco Designs 125, the highest finishing racer. Oh, and Spearman's going to get passed right there by the 91 of Majeski, Ty Majeski now. Little wiggle action coming off the 4th turn into the front stretch, now up into the top 5. Actually into 4th spot. Started in 5th position. In his hunt now just to get to Bill Martin. That is 3rd position just ahead. Looking back, got a 3-car battle going on. Ashton Crowder, the number 77, is doing some work here, getting by the 66 of Krikorian. Not quite enough to get by. Off of turn number 2, he's trying to track down the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. And Crowder will clear him. Here comes the 32 of Trevor Edwards, a car just 1 week ago had a heartbreaking problem he had on the tie rod, is what they were telling me. Had issues with the steering, and fortunately the car didn't finish in the top 10 like we would typically see. And look at Trevor Edwards here tonight, starting 14th, already up into 9th position. Back up front, there's going to be a good battle for the race lead as Colin Ullman really trying to wear down the number 10 of Landon Siaka. But Bill Martin has got the Midwest ARCA champion right behind him, Ty Majeski. Now looking to get underneath the 39, inside groove, the favorable groove in the warmer temperature here at Stafford. And Ullman is going to see the wall just a little bit coming into the backstretch. And a little bit of push right there from Martin, and now Ty Majeski looking underneath Martin as they go into one. They're side by side, the battle for third. And Majeski will clear Martin coming out of turn number 2. Unbelievable. And just as we see this, Colin Ullman takes over the race lead. The number 67 now at the helm of the field will get his first lap led into lap number 15. Going back to Ty Majeski again, starting 5th here tonight. And now seeking out 2nd position, Landon Siaka. Jumping back to 10th position as we take a look at David Krikorian, who is trying to get around Ashton Crowder. Just ahead, Trevor Edwards up in 8th position. Having a nice little battle, and just as we were talking about that, Ty Majeski gets around the number 10 of Landon Siaka to assume 2nd position. And we'll go to work on the 67 of Colin Ullman. Crowder's still having a good battle here. Now a little bit of push at turn 2, and around will go David Krikorian. Edwards just ahead. Krikorian, though, is going to move up into that 9th position slot. Or 10th, excuse me. A little hiccup there on the software. He is running in 9th, folks. And now Majeski closing in on the Windows 10 machine just ahead. Landon Siaka, motor has blown, I believe, on that car. Having some issues. He's still holding into 3rd. Saw him drop off the pace just a little bit in the chart. And again, there he goes. So it's not an actual engine issue, as it is a internet connection issue. Lap traffic ahead here for your race leader. And now Majeski still looking to the inside of Ullman. The battle for the race lead. There goes Majeski down on the apron. Is able to turn that car around, and we've got another race leader. What a move on the inside by the 91 of Ty Majeski. Unbelievable. The 67 of Colin Ullman just did not have the cornering ability that this 91 does, and he just went for it down on the apron, was able to turn that car around, and is now why he's at the front of the field. And a stopped car down there on the apron. Not sure who that was. It was Devin Rogers. Rogers stopped down there waiting for an opportunity, and we're going to see a first caution as a couple of cars, I think somebody thought he might have been coming back on the track, and the 27 of Michael Baxter, I believe, was involved in this one. Let's go back and take a look. And the 55 of Jason Miller is what got Devin Rogers spun around, and that's why we saw Rogers down there on the apron. But we're following the 27 here of Michael Baxter. And it looks like there's a little, wasn't Michael Baxter, apologize on the number there. And I believe, trying to get you a number, it might have, wasn't the 76. Trying to get you a name on that. We'll have to check back and get you a name, folks. But nevertheless, just a little bit of a racing incident right in turn number 4. That draws out the first caution on the night. So let's take a look at your top 5. Ty Majeski, Colin Allman, Landon Siaka, Bill Martin, and Ty Spearman. And the race summary. And those 2 lead changes have been hard-fought lead changes. And again, here's a look at your sponsors tonight for the Tundra Super Sim Series. Should see the lights come off the pace car this time by. And again, Ty Majeski, Colin Allman up front. Landon Siaka holding on in 3rd position. Bill Martin, Ty Spearman rounding out the top 5. Lights off the pace car into lap number 30. Majeski will bring us back to green. And the pace car looks to dive off for pit road. Here we go. Majeski, Allman up front. Through turn number 4, here we are into the front stretch. Green flags back in the air. And what a battle up front for the race lead. Allman to the outside. Krikorian going to work back there. And it is a deadlock up front for the race lead. And Majeski looking to clear Allman out of 2. He's going to do it. Bill Martin right there behind the 67. Caution flag comes out again. And the number 14 of Kyle Souza gets a hello tap there from Devin Rogers. Let's go back and take a look. Following the number 14 of Kyle Souza into turn number 3. Get a shove from the 29 from behind. And the 26 is going to give him a shove. And that is Brian Helm, the pole starter last week at USA. And unfortunately, Kyle Souza will be turned around. Folks, we are going to step away to take a short commercial break. When we come back, We've got more racing action coming your way.
Introducing a whole new form of racing to the best online racing simulation in the world. This is dirt racing on iRacing.com. Race online at some of America's most legendary dirt tracks, including Eldora and Williams Grove. iRacing is the premier online racing game featuring NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, and now World of Outlaws, the leading sanctioning body for dirt racing. iRacing is easy to use and features a centralized ranking system to make sure you have the best experience at any skill level. With a massive inventory of high-precision laser scan tracks and cars with an unmatched dedication to quality and detail, iRacing gives you the most authentic online racing experience available. Thanks to iRacing's dynamic track system developed specifically for dirt racing, tracks change over the course of a race, just like your favorite dirt track on a Friday or Saturday night. From a slick racing groove all the way up to the cushion, iRacing's dirt tracks deliver non-stop racing action. Partnered with the World of Outlaws, iRacing is your source for the most authentic dirt racing experience available, featuring 4 brand new tracks and 11 new cars, including street stocks, Legends cars, late models, NASCAR trucks, winged and non-winged sprint cars, with much more on the way. Join the dirt revolution on iRacing.com and start slinging mud today.
Back under the green here at Stafford. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Tundra Super Sim Series. Week number 2, and Ty Majeski has the race lead. Total of 14 laps led for the 91. Started 5th on the pole, or on the grid, here tonight. Some side-by-side action here with Siaka. 32 of Trevor Edwards just to the outside. Oh, and around goes Edwards to the infield. I have to go back and show you what happened there, but that'll bring out caution number 3. Not exactly sure what got the 32 turned around. And we'll slow up the camera here. And it looks like the 92 of Ty Spearman's going to drift up into the quarter panel. And that is what's going to get the 32 of Edwards spun right around. And that will bring out caution flag number 3. Coming up next week, we'll move away from Stafford and head to the bull ring out at Las Vegas. That'll be the Midwest Power Source 125 out there at the bull ring. Devin Rogers, as you can see on the track, is getting a lucky dog. He's getting a lap back. And 2 weeks after next week, so 3 weeks from tonight, it'll be the Road to the Fall Brawl winners race, non-winners race, sponsored by HydesPride.com. That'll be out at 5 Flags. Lovely Pensacola track, home of that wonderful winter race. Snowball Derby, as they call it. Should see the lights come off the pace car this time by as we head into lap 45. Here's a quick look at your top 5. And your race summary. Pace car will see the pits this time by. It will be Majeski bringing us back to green on lap number 46. Here we go. Colin Ullman to the outside. Bill Martin, Adam Benefield in that second row. Off turn 4, green flag flies. We're back to the race. And Majeski pulling away to a quarter-second lead as he crosses into lap 47. Landon Siaka looking underneath the 82 of Adam Benefield. And I tell you what, folks, it's all looking to be 0.2 of a second intervals amongst these drivers. And whoa! 95 of Dalton Collins getting into the side of Austin Jones, the 21 machine. Some good side-by-side battling there off of turn number 4. And Jones from the high side. There goes Collins. Dalton Collins got slung off the field. Tough break there for the 95. He comes back out on the track. I think a little bit of contact there with Austin Jones. And just like that, Collins now in 29th position. Matt Rolfe looking to make a top 10 appearance here tonight. Started 15th. He's up in 8th position. And taking a look back at Austin Jones, still looking really loose. It was a nice outside pass on Dalton Collins, but I think something had to have happened to get that car snapped off and running for that infield. Trevor Edwards now looking underneath the 21. It's why I like to call the danger zone the nose to quarter panel action. And Jones. That's a little bit of damage on the front end of that car, and around will go Trevor Edwards. And whoa, is he going to turn Trevor Edwards? I don't know if he was looking underneath the 32 for a little crossover action, or if he just did not like that Trevor Edwards got in front of him. Either way, let's go back and take a look. We're going to bring you on board here with the 21 of Jones as he's going around the track. And again, the 32 of Trevor Edwards battling side by side with him. Going to make a turn 3 out of turn number 2 pass. That may have been a nudge right there from Edwards, and there goes Edwards to the inside. And it's hard to tell, folks. Let you be the referee on that one. I think he was thinking that Trevor Edwards was going to go a little bit wider and was seeking out a possible inside pass on him. And Trevor Edwards checking up. I don't know. But nevertheless, as we go back to down to the pit cam, Jones coming in, getting a little bit of work done on the front end of the car. And for your short track enthusiasts out there that are wondering, are these guys able to take tires? And the answer is no. Not able to take tires in this race. And why should you? You're an avid short track race fan. You know 125 lap races typically will never get a tire change, or usually when we get up in the 250 mark, over 200 mark, I think is when you'll start to see the opportunity for drivers to jump down pit road and get a fresh set of tires. Sometimes they do a 2-tire rule. And again, while we're under the yellow, let's take a look at tonight's sponsors: Midwest Power Source, HeightsPride.com, Callaway Investments, DonutDesigns.com, LokoToco Designs, The Car Show, Area 52 Designs, JVM Racing, Down East Chassis Works, and The Posse. And of course, your banner sponsor here, Tundra Super Late Models for the Tundra Super Sim Series. Again, in week number 2 out here at Stafford Speedway. Coming off of last week, we're down in Lakeland at USA International Speedway. Lights off the pace car. We're ready to go back green on lap number 59. Pace car dives off the track. Here we go. Majeski Allman up front. Off turn 4. Martin into the back of Majeski like a slingshot. Green flag flies. Bill Martin, Adam Benefiel battling for third. Into the backstretch. Benefiel up to the high side of Martin. And look who's right behind him. Last week's winner, Joe Schaefer Jr. Now looking in to be in the top 5 here tonight. And Martin will clear Benefiel. Matt Rolfe trying to work down the number 10 of Siaka just ahead. Back up front, the 91 of Majeski now getting 38 laps led tonight as he crosses over into lap 63, getting closer to the halfway point of tonight's Stafford LokoToco Designs Stafford 125. Schaefer Jr. trying to reel in the 82 of Adam Benefiel. Warmer temperatures preventing a lot of passing action from taking place. Going outside the top 15 here to 16th position, and is the number 20 of Christopher Alcares. And right behind him, the number 76 of Nick Zonter. Zonter is back there with Ty Spearman, who was running up in the top 10 early on in this race. As you can see, that started actually in the top 5. He started 4th. Through lap 67 rolls the 91 of Majeski, carrying a 3/4 second lead over the 67 of Colin Allman. Matt Rolfe looking to the inside of the number 10 of Landon Siaka. Just ahead, Adam Benefiel trying to get underneath the 39 of Bill Martin. It's an endurance race, battling to clear the other driver, and Bill Martin faster on the outside groove. Amazing. You can see all the rubber down there on the track in the lower groove where everybody has pretty much run tonight. Bill Martin using up a less rubbery track up in that higher groove. Up there in the second lane. And impressively, he is staying side by side with the 82 of Adam Benefiel. Running a total different line and making it work. And again, this is the battle for third. It is as if these two drivers' doors are hooked by an invisible bar. But now Bill Martin's edging ahead just a little bit. Through the backstretch here on lap 72, and Martin's going to clear Benefiel. He didn't come back down into the lower groove. I think he's very comfortable up in that second lane through the turns. Joe Schaefer Jr. right there behind both drivers. I think he sees that the outside lane is a little bit faster. Probably wonders how he can make it work. And there goes Martin through the front stretch. Bill Martin takes back over third, clears the 82 of Adam Benefiel. A nice endurance battle between these two drivers. And back here, Matt Rolfe. The number 5 machine looking like a crinkled tuna can up against a clean number 10. It's like a war chariot right there. Been through some battling. Whole right side of that car does not look pretty. Oh, and Siaka! Whoa, nearly flipping it. No yellow flag. What a, wow. You gotta wonder, especially in the front stretch, what was race control? Car nearly flipped. It's become a demolition derby out there. Matt Rolfe holds on to 8th position. Siaka falls back to 10th. Wow. We've seen Trevor Edwards go slightly perpendicular to the track in the yellow being thrown, but a car nearly flipping over. And they keep that green. Phenomenal. Edwards now underneath Rolfe in the side-by-side action here on lap 78. And Siaka's going to go for a spin, and that will bring out the caution flag. Let's see if this spin out was self-induced or did he have a helping hand? Let's find out. Got that number 7 Kingsford charcoal machine of Darrell Hamlin behind him. Rolfe and Edwards just ahead with a nice side-by-side battle. And Siaka just comes down onto the top. The number 7 of Darrell Hamlin. And unfortunately, the Ford Fusion will spin out in turn number 3. Bringing out the next caution flag. So a little quick race summary for you folks. Out of the 80 complete, 4 lead changes, 5 total cautions. Your current running top 5 as it stands: Majeski, Allman, Martin, Benefiel, and Schaefer Jr. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break. When we come back, more racing out here at Stafford. Back under the green out at Stafford Motor Speedway this Thursday night. Welcome back to the LokoToco Designs 125, week number 2 in the Tundra Super Sim Series. Your race leader, Ty Majeski, with a total of 62 laps led, carrying right now a half a second lead over Colin Allman, who is now starting to feel some pressure here from the 82 of Adam Benefiel. Benefiel just right behind him. Bill Martin was running up in third. It now has Joe Schaefer Jr., last week's winner, out at USA. He's looking to the inside of the 39 machine. But don't count out Bill Martin just yet. He has been able to make this outside groove work where everybody else feeds on the lower groove. As you can see, the darkened line down there. Everybody runs, and we'll see what happens. Back behind him, though, David Krikorian has a two-car battle back there behind him. That's the 77 of Ashton Crowder and the 32 of Trevor Edwards. Edwards, the outside machine, as they roll through the backstretch here on lap number 90. Continuing to battle through the front stretch. These two drivers stalemated by the 66 car just ahead. And Edwards. Side by side, I think they had a little bit of contact coming out of turn number 2. Crowder not able to surpass. It's got to go to Edwards on the outside groove. If he can get by, it looks like he'll have him at the line. But does he have enough to clear him? And again, this is the battle for 7th position, and it will swing in favor of the 32 of Trevor Edwards. Back up to second. Colin Allman just in front On the 82 of Adam Benefield and Bill Martin now looking to be a little bit faster as we stay under the green. Had some good green flag laps earlier tonight. Last caution flag come out on lap, I believe it was the lap 91. Excuse me, lap 78, I apologize. So just like that, the laps are ticking away. Majeski now out to a 2-second lead as now Benefield looking to the inside of Allman. And these cars are racing hard. A 4-car battle for 2 positions as Joe Schaefer Jr. looking to the inside of Bill Martin. And watching it now, Colin Allman just in front of Adam Benefield. Benefield not willing to give up the bottom groove, but may do so. And a little bit of hiccup, nearly making it 3 wide. I think Adam Benefield realized that the lower groove was not working. He was seeking out the top groove, and in doing so, caused Bill Martin to check up. And now Benefield rallies back. Let's see if he's going to try that outside groove to get around the second position car. The 67 of Colin Allman. Everybody fighting off that 4th turn. Allman wiping the nose of Benefield as he rolled down into turn number 1. Looking back, David Krikorian started in 12th. He's halved his way up through the field. Right there in front of the 32 of Trevor Edwards. Edwards tonight, how about this? Started 14th and he's halved his way up the field. Samuel Roush, we haven't said his name here tonight, but Roush in that Mopar machine staying in front of Ty Spearman. And Spearman, we seen, was back in around 22nd position. Spearman now in 11th. And the 29 of Jason Tarasenko back behind him. And the 91 out by his lonesome into lap 104. 3.2 second lead over second position. And that's why, folks, Ty Majeski, your Midwest ARCA champion, is leading this race. This time by the Ford-powered Posse machine, we'll see 80 laps led here at Stafford. Into lap 105. It'll be 20 laps to go the next time by. Benefield still working on Colin Allman. And that Pontiac powered machine not able to get around the Toyota just ahead. And Benefield will look to the inside. Has he found what he needs to get by Allman? Allman off the wall. Oh, he's going to come down on Benefield. No caution flag thrown. Allman into the wall nearly. He's going to lose 3 positions out of it, but what a save from the 67 of Colin Ullman. Adam Benefiel now takes over second position. Victim of circumstance. Benefiel down in the lower groove. It's an endurance mental error from the 67 of Colin Ullman. And unfortunately, he loses 3 positions out of it. And now Joe Schaefer Jr. working on Bill Martin underneath the battle for third. Martin off the wall out of 2. Less than 15 laps remain. And again, the last caution flag coming out on lap 78. Ty Majeski looking to get by the number 14. And it's Kyle Souza. A dominant 4-second performance here. That is the gap between first and second position now. Just to put that into perspective for you folks out there, these lap times these guys are running are about 20 seconds per lap. And a 4 to 5 second lead. You know, that's quarter part of the track that he's got over the second position car. And Devin Rogers will see the race leader possibly go by. Majeski swimming through lap traffic here. Will be making it 10 laps to go. For the LokoToco Designs 125. And Rogers being told on race control to allow the leader by. And we're going to get a caution. Kind of saw that one coming between Rogers and I believe it was Siaka. Let's go back and take a look. And I believe what's going to happen here is going to be, again, a little danger zone action right here. As you can see the setup, Rogers is going to come down right in front of Siaka. I'll let you folks make the call on that one. Was Siaka quite at door level? I think he was at more of quarter panel level. And around will go the 25 of Rogers. That'll draw out what will be possibly the last caution of the night, in hopes that we will see this one in under green. So, goodbye 5-second lead here from Ty Majeski. He's now going to have to fight with the 82 of Adam Benefiel. And the question is, who's got the better short run setup that's going to make this work? Because laps will tick down. We'll have probably around 4 to 5 to go when we go back green. Does he still have enough tread left on those tires? And again, here's a look at your sponsors tonight as we bring them up on the screen. quick little race summary for you folks in the bottom left. 119 complete, 4 lead changes, 6 total cautions. Majeski, Benefield, Martin, Schaefer Jr., and Allman, your running top 5. Lights off the pace car as they go into turn number 1. It'll be 4 laps remaining. The final restart of the night. Ty Majeski, 96 laps led. With 4 to go when we go green, we'll have the 82 of Adam Benefield to the outside. Bill Martin, Joe Schaefer Jr. in that second row. Here we go. Pace car off the track. Through turn number 4. On that throttle, green flag flies. 4 to go.
All right, man, caution is out.
And just like that, Ty Majeski will pick up the win as the caution flag comes right back out. Kyle Souza involved in that one. Let's go back and take a look. Looks like there was a big hiccup at the back. Kyle Souza. Oh, and the 27 of Michael Baxter just gets loose, and whoa! He flips the car. And heavy smoke will pour out of him. And one more look at it. Didn't expect to see that happen. And here we are coming back. Matthew Eddy to the inside of Michael Baxter. And there he just gets a little rear end spin. Bounces off the 45 machine. It's Kevin Burris up into the wall and right there. Sparks will fly, and I think there goes the engine. You see the smoke pour out. Wow. But that will do the damage, folks. Ty Majeski, as we come into the final lap, taking the checkered flag here. Officially getting victory now here for the LokoToco Designs 125. So while the cars pull off the track, go ahead and throw the results up for you folks. We'll take a look at the race summary real quick here. Out of the 125 complete, 4 lead changes here tonight, 8 total cautions. And the results up on the screen as we'll wait here for the top 3 driver interviews. Again, what a night of racing. Warmer temperatures definitely putting a metaphorical wrench in the cogs here, making it tougher for these drivers to wheel these machines around the track. Created probably a little bit of slick conditions with all the rubber laid down in the lower groove. But we're going to get you some driver interviews here as the 82 of Adam Benefield joins us. Finishing third here tonight, part of the One Up Motorsports team. Adam, what a night of racing it was. Had a great battle there with the 67 of Colin Allman. You guys, man, were door locked for quite a bit. And then it looked like at one point you wanted to consider the outside groove as the inside groove was not getting it done. Tell us a little bit about your battle here.
Tough, man. Felt like we had a really good car. Honestly felt like I had something for Ty, but I mean, it was like everybody was on the bottom, and then you finally get a run on somebody, and they're able to hold on the outside. Frustrating, but sorry to Colin. If I came up into him going into 3, I felt like I held my line pretty good, but if that's on me, that's my bad. But we had a good car. Started 6th and just rode for a little while, and I probably raced this track one time before and was just trying to find a line that I liked, and from what I could see, I was running completely different from what anyone else was running. But it was a tough night. I felt like we should have had second, and then the restart on the tires a little bit, coming to the gears, and fell back to third. But another third. Guess we'll take it and move on to the next week.
Yeah, second week in a row you finish out third, and ironically, Bill Martin will finish out second for the second week in a row. But you have any additional thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give?
Thanks to Jason Miller for, busting his tail on this setup and getting it. I mean, man, it was a hot rod. I just wish I could have got up there to Majeski to show what it really had. But, thanks to him, thanks to all the guys at One Up Motorsports, Roll Speed Dynamics, KR Designs, Cody Thompson for the sick paints. Holy crap, I won the daggone free paint.
Well, there you go. That's definitely something good to look forward to.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I guess that brightened up the day. But, thanks to all them, and, we'll move on next week.
All right. Congratulations here tonight, Adam, on your third place finish. We look forward to seeing you out at the bull ring next week.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, folks, we'll move on now. For the second week in a row, we see the 39 in the runner-up slot, and Bill tonight. Tough competitor just ahead of you, but the car looked really solid, and you had some battling to do to hold on to that. I mean, Adam Benefield, Colin Allman definitely giving you a run for your money up there. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I am not very... Hold on a sec. There we go. I'm not very good at this track in general when it comes to a car with power, so I struggle with this car, and I struggle with the Tour mod. So Joe took a setup and worked on it. It was basically the one that we used for the last couple of races. And then I came into practice and I couldn't drive the thing at all. Him and Majeski were working on it. They were fast as all can be. And I just couldn't drive it, so I had to set the car up to be really tight. And it took at least 20 laps before the car started to feel like it could move forward. And every time I got a 20-lap run, I was able to move into that goofy outside groove that for some reason works here for me. And it would start really taking off, but every time the yellow flag came out, it just hindered me. And then I really screwed up that one restart, too. I was not expecting the tires to spin, and I just about bottled up the whole field. Luckily, everybody's pretty good drivers, and they didn't take each other out.
Well, a heck of a job done here tonight. Bill, next week we got the bull ring. What are your thoughts on that track?
I think I'll be here for it. I don't own it, so I have no thoughts on the track. I used to live in Las Vegas and never went to the bull ring once.
Well, hopefully next week you can make your first visit there, at least in the virtual environment. But congratulations again tonight on your runner-up finish for the second week in a row, and we'll see you hopefully next week.
Thanks, man, and good job to Ty, and a good job to Adam. I'm actually really having a good time racing with Adam.
Well, there you have it, folks. Bill Martin coming in second position tonight. Well, this guy, we've talked to him quite a bit before, and I tell you, Ty, you get out there, you're pretty dominant here tonight. I think I seen almost close to a 5-second lead, quarter-track lead at one point here tonight. And, you get out there swimming amongst those lab cars, you run the risk of possibly having somebody tag you. Unfortunately, they're not able to do that here tonight, and you survive that in total of 101 laps led in a 125-lap race. And with your real-life history of racing behind you, does that kind of come into play? I know I get casual viewers out here that love to watch this, and when they see people who have such success in the real world come into the sim racing environment, you get varying degrees of different opinions. But tonight, you are dominant. The race is yours here at Stafford. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it was a good run. Qualified real good. Worked on a setup with my teammates, and ended up being pretty good. Felt like we could definitely make some improvement, especially on the long run. It was just good enough tonight, but have some ideas to make our stuff a little bit better. I haven't ran SARA too much just because of real life obligations, and Thursday nights don't work out too well for me. But I had an open Thursday evening, and I decided to come out here and race with these guys. It was a lot of fun. Some I'm not used to racing the dynamic track stuff. I haven't done, like I said, too many SARA races. It's definitely different. You definitely have to practice in different conditions to get your car adjusted right for the feature. But all in all, it turned out well for us tonight.
Definitely a solid job done here tonight. Do you have any additional thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give for your victory here at Stafford?
Just iRacing.com. They're a huge supporter of mine, on and off the racetrack in real life. iRacing's been such a big part of my life, as far as just getting me to the next level. And like I said, they've been a huge supporter of mine. Was my primary sponsor, my Xfinity debut in Iowa, and of course, supported my super late model program for the last 3 years as well. So just a huge shout out to them. It's a great opportunity for us to come out here and race online and help sharpen our skills for real world racing. So like I said, just happy to be able to participate tonight. Hopefully I'll be able to make a few more appearances later in the season.
All right, well, congratulations on your victory here tonight, Ty, and we will look forward to seeing you when you do have some time open up here on Thursday nights.
All right, thanks a lot.
There you have it, folks. Ty Majeski coming in with the win here tonight. Total of 101 laps dominated Stafford Motor Speedway to be able to pick up the LokoToco Designs 125 race. He will finish out with Bill Martin in second, Adam Benefield, Colin Ullman, Joe Schaefer Jr. running out the top 5, David Krikorian, Ashton Crowder, Darrell Hamlin, Ty Spearman, Samuel Roush through 10. Looking on back, Drew Krybeck, Jason Tarasenko, Jason Miller, Christopher Allcares, Dalton Collins, Matt Rolfe, Justin Warner, Nick Zonter, Ian Lane, Brian Hacker through 20. And your field tonight, Brian Helm, Matthew Eddy, Kevin Burris, Austin Jones, Trevor Edwards, Devin Rogers, Michael Baxter, Travis Warling, Kyle Souza, and Landon Siaka. That is your 30-car field tonight. And as always, we love to come at the end of towards the end of the race to get the final thoughts from the man himself. Matt Rolfe joins us now, folks. And Matt, what a race it was here tonight. Warm temperatures, 100 degrees on that track temperature at the start of this 125 lapper. And surprisingly, with the dynamic tracks, I think we've seen a lot more passing than what we would have seen in years past under these conditions. And definitely people fighting out there for a little bit of position. Some got a little too hectic with it and caused a few cautions. But I think here in week number 2, we're seeing some better racing.
Yeah, that was a pretty good race overall. Last week we had a rough start, ended up going single file about halfway through and ran pretty well to the end. And we settled in pretty early here tonight, which I think set the tone for the race. You're still going to have your cautions, but we had a lot of green flag laps, and that's kind of what helped that dynamic track kind of move the grooves around. I know once we got going to about a 15, 20 lap run, I was able to use the apron quite a bit, and there's some guys that were even running the second groove out there. And even trying to pass guys, I get to the bottom here. Usually in the past, maybe a couple years ago, you run here and it's just the bottom groove. But you get under someone here tonight, and it was pretty hard to pass if they could get the high side rolling too. So it made for some good racing. I think there was still 24 cars in the lead lap. Only a couple dropped out, or I think they all finished even. But it was a good race overall. Can't really complain about that one, except for the fact that Majeski kind of stunk up the show. But that's what you'll get sometimes. So but overall, a good race.
Yeah, and I was going to point that out. I mean, it's got to say something about the level of competition when you get somebody like Ty Majeski with the successful resume he has in the real world racing, multiple ARCA Midwest Tour champion. He's debuted and competes part-time in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. You just gotta pat yourself on the back when you get guys like that coming to race part-time here in your league. But unfortunately, when they do show up, that kind of skill level comes into play, and we've seen that dominant performance here tonight.
Yeah, you'll get that with guys like Ty, or we were even that way a little bit last season with the one-up guys that came and dominated for a while. They kind of knock you down a notch real quick, but then it just makes you work that much harder to try to gain on them, gain some time back. And it's not like these guys are unbeatable. We've seen Ty get beat in this league before. We saw some guys beat Challenger and Benefield last season, so it's not like we're these guys are coming in and we have no chance against them. It's a really good field, and they're just that good to come out on top. So, but it makes for good racing. Everyone strives to get better and better in each week, and I think that's why we see the competition level so high here.
Well, definitely looking forward to next week out at the bull ring. It's going to be a good one for week number 3 here in the Tundra Super Sim Series. And Matt, I appreciate you coming and sharing us your final thoughts tonight. And I guess it was Adam Benefiel who, through an epiphany, realized that he would pick up the LokoToco free design paint scheme here tonight, and he's pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I think he's already running one, so we'll see what he can come up with this time.
Got a free one on hand. Yeah, definitely.
Before you kick me out, just as always, thanks to the sponsors, Tundra Super Late Models for being the title sponsor, and of course LokoToco for coming on here tonight for this race and putting up a prize. So big thanks to them.
All right, appreciate it, Matt. We'll see you next week out at the bull ring.
All right, thanks.
Well, there you have it, folks. Matt Rolfe, the administrator with the Sim Auto Racing Association. Again, to find out more about the league, you can find them out on the web at racesara.com. But that pretty much will do it here this Thursday night. Appreciate everybody tuning in, whether you got us out there on Twitch, YouTube, or even Facebook Live. Got to see some great racing here at Stafford Motor Speedway for the LokoToco Designs 125. Coming up next week, as we said, we'll head out to Las Vegas Bull Ring for the Midwest Power Source 125. It's going to be some great racing. It'll be next week, next Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, that will do it for us, folks. Getting down to your final weeks at your local short tracks. Get out and support them. See who your local heroes are. Pretty much point seasons are done, so some of the fun races you get to see. But get out there and support them as always. But that will do it for us this Thursday night. On behalf of the Sim Auto Racing Association, the Tundra Super Late Models, the Tundra Super Sim Series, LokoToco Designs, and all the partners, the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network, and iRacing.com. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dustin Caldwell, and I thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next Thursday night. Good night, everybody.